Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We're carrying on with EZA STR SSJ Trunks. I'm really enjoying using them, which is why I want to finish out the videos, trying them out in difficult content, and then of course round it out with a video of him against the likes of Shadow Dragon Sin, and then a dedicated video of him against Fusion Zamasu as well. But so far he's been doing really well. And I'm expecting more of the same against Metal Cooler. Has type advantage here. Of course, he's going to have his damage reduction on top of that. And he's going to be stacking his defense for them 6 turns by 40%. So he's going to have, in the realms of when he's done, about 400k defense and 40% damage reduction. So in the grand scheme of things, once we are in against Cooler Core, the big bad of this stage, well, eventually 50% damage reduction once he does get the 6 attack, but 40-50% damage reduction with probably in the realms of 400k defense. Basics are going to do nothing, which is great. I mean, already here I'm expecting to tank double digits on basics from the Cooler army. Triple? No. Double digits though, as I expected. So in terms of a super, you're looking at what? Just over 1.6 mil from Cooler Core. I mean, is it going to be double digits? Maybe not. Will this guy get you killed? Definitely not. Definitely not, which is very good. Which is very, very good, of course. That type of advantage is going to play a huge factor in Trunks taking even less damage, which I'm here for. Especially because we're, what, 4 videos deep? No, 4 videos deep, and he's still, or we're still not facing a Realm of Gods enemy. So he doesn't have the guaranteed additional, and he also doesn't have his attacks effective against all types. So we'll just say the type advantage kind of levels the playing field. We'll just say the type advantage gives this boy the pickup, the pickup that he's missing since we're not facing a Realm of Gods enemy. So I'll happily take the type advantage while we do have it. And you know what? We're going to leave them on rotation with Future Gohan. Why not? They both have type advantage. This is probably the setup. I mean, it's definitely the setup I think I remember using when facing Red Zone Fusion's Master, trying to do missions and such, was having Future Gohan and him there with type advantage to not only do as much damage as possible, but tank as good as possible as well, especially with Future Gohan's domain. So there's that as well. But yeah, he's been doing really well. As I said, Dokkan done a great job of EZAs, aside from transforming Goku Black, of course, but we don't talk about him. Aside from him, Dokkan done a very good job in their EZAs for worldwide. As I said, you've got this guy who's very good, especially with the amount of a pick-me-up Future Saga and Time Travelers had because of this celebration, along with the new units. Trunks himself is ridiculously good, very easy to link. The only unit, of course, he doesn't link with is the Fizz LR, which, as long as you're not running a double lead with him, you're fine, especially if you have this Trunks on rotation and that one on another one. But then you had Zamasu, who's a great fit, a great slot in unit for the LR Fusion Zamasu's team, especially with the units they've got. Especially now with LR Rose being as good as he is. You know, while he does have a little bit of a down period, even Tech Transforming Trunks I still think is very good. I do think he's also quite a bit of fun to use, especially with the amount of times he can super attack, especially how quickly he can stack and build up so he doesn't become a liability or doesn't stay a liability for too long. Can it get you caught? Can it get a bit of techie? Definitely. I've seen it happen. We've seen it in runs. Especially with how hard enemies are hitting right now, especially Zamasu. But once he gets going, my guy gets going. So I can't even really knock that one. AGL Zamasu's an absolute god, figuratively and literally, absolute god. So yeah, in terms of side EZAs as well, as I said, Trunks, Zamasu, Trunks and Mai very good. Int Mai's pretty good. You know, I didn't use Future Gohan, but I didn't really see much use for him. But they've done a great job. A great job. The only thing I think they flopped on was transforming Rose, but again, we don't really talk about him. The one good thing about Strength Trunks appearing on turn 1 is we got him to appear twice rather than if he was floating or on turn 2, which is he would only appeared once. So we've built up his defense by 40% twice rather than just once. So we're 2 super attacks down, we've got 4 more to go, and then he'll have all of his defense built up. Not that he's probably going to need it with all the damage reduction and type advantage, although the extra 10% damage reduction, obviously I wouldn't mind having. So once he is actually finished building up his defense on super, we should have the extra 10% damage reduction, unless the potential system kicks in. And of course, we do hit an additional, but unfortunately I do get very unlucky when it comes to additional supers. Annoyingly as well, Fizz Trunks is sealed, which is not great, because it means he doesn't stack, gets no 30% raises for the turn, and doesn't build up no damage reduction. I really do not need to use an item right now, but knowing my luck, even though there's a decent amount of attacks in slot 1 and a plethora in slot 3, knowing my luck, the super attack will come in slot 2. I'm not doing it. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. There's just no point using a Whis. It's just not needed. Like, don't get me wrong, the basic is still going to do quite a lot of damage. The normal from Cooler is still going to do a decent amount of damage on Fizz Trunks because he isn't supering. But using a Whis, it's just such a waste. I'd rather take the damage we're going to take than use a Whis. We're like, we have 700k HP. We confirmed the basic. I just need Cooler to actually super attack Vegeta and Trunks or Gohan. Vegeta and Trunks have actually super attacked 3 times, so they would be great. It's not going to be them. Just don't be Trunks. That's all I need. Just don't be Trunks. Great. 133k. Now you can super attack Gohan if you want, because this isn't going to do anything. This isn't going to do anything. So if you want to super attack him, that is cool. You do your thing, boo. I might even slide Strength Trunks into slot 1 just to see how he tanks before he supers. Just because we have the 40% damage reduction and type advantage. And our defense of where we got up to by 2 supers. Look at my Gohan popping off. 55%, he's hitting all the additional supers. Love that. And there's a super attack. Cool, cool. Good turn, good turn. That was actually a very good turn. Very good turn. You can also let me know down in the comments if there's any units you want to see like 200% lead, level 10 video link videos on right now as well. Maybe leave some suggestions down in the comments, see if there's any units you want to see tested out against Fusion Zamasu, and I will definitely get on doing that. This is also a very nice turn. Oh, really? You've sealed Trunks? That means we miss out on stacking him. I mean, to be fair, if he does, even with an additional, even if hitting basics, we still perform attacks to get his extra 10% damage reduction, but that's really annoying. I'm still going to leave him in slot 1, though. I mean, it doesn't actually matter where I put him. And then, of course, VB's got the guaranteed dodge. So, again, this should do nothing, especially with the domain. Yeah, he's not even going to super attack at all. This is doing nothing. So good. So good. Even if Cooler Core was to super attack him, is it going to be like 20 damage? No. Is Trunks going to get you 1 shot? No. Are you going to be almost dead from him being supered? No. Like 3 to 400k defense with 40% damage reduction and type advantage. He'll be clapped with like 200k. 200k tops. Maybe 3. Which with a team that has almost 800k HP and he's a side EZA, that's nothing. Like, that's really good for the level of unit he is. It's a shame we're not going to get Cooler Core 2 actually super attacking though. But he would definitely tank him. From what I've seen against Fusion Zamasu, having pretty much a similar amount of damage on super, while also having type advantage with Trunks, it will be in the same realms of damage. Yeah, we ain't going to make it. We ain't gonna make it. Annoyingly, we're not gonna make it. This rotation would do too much damage. But yeah, judging what I've seen from Fusion Zamasu, Cooler Core would also not, would pretty much do in the same realms of damage. The only thing that's in Trunks' favor a bit more here is you take less damage in the first phase, and you're locked in being there, which gives him time to build up his defense a little bit more before shit starts to get serious. But the main thing is, the Cooler Army doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as Zamasu's first phase, especially with the AoEs. But there we go, another run from EZA Strength Trunks where he's just making shit look easy. Once again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. We'll get into the back end of his runs again. If there's any units you want to see used against Zamasu, let me know down in the comments. Any units you want to see level 10 link videos on. As I said, while we have the Turles celebration and on Global we have a little bit of downtime, I want to start churning videos out, trying units out, see how they do, even if they're not the best matchup, just have some fun. Catch up on content like that, so let me know. But I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and peace.